And this will be Dwayne McClain. And Georgetown retreats. They're going to let Villanova bring it up.
Well, they have a hard time setting up that press. They just see that field goal percentage. Georgetown, not only during the NCAA tournament, but throughout the course of the year, held their opponents under 39% free throw shooting. No place for McClain to go, so he pulls it out. At time of possession for Villanova, they started getting what they wanted at the end of the second half.
You pointing out that Thompson may have made a tactical error by letting Villanova pull it out. Oh! Hits the field goal and drew the foul.
Eddie Pinckney this year has had 288 field goals, 256 fouls. Now watch this move. And you're talking about getting that shot off, being guarded by the best man in college basketball defensively. Patrick didn't like the call. Only his first personal foul. But you know, you get the feeling everything Villanova throws up there seems to go in. Great touch.
The first half of this game was as good a half of college basketball as I've ever seen. We'll see what unfolds here in the second half.
Eddie's a 72% free throw shooter, so solid on there. And John Thompson wants a timeout already. Very unusual timeout.
Here in the driver's seat, I can tell you real quickly if I'm driving a true road car or something else. This Mazda 626 lives up to the name. Nice wheeling overhead cam engine, smooth shifting 5-speed, even adjustable suspension. This car really likes to run. This is one refined road car. It's also fun to drive.
And at $88.45, it also lives up to the value you expect from Mazda. Mazda 626.
Strength, pride, tradition. For centuries, the Clydesdales have been known as a special breed. Today, the Clydesdales symbolize Budweiser's dedication to quality, superior ingredients, exclusive beechwood aging, and a distinctively clean, crisp taste only Budweiser can offer. Quality taste, because this Bud's for you.
Tonight's 1985 National Championship game between the Villanova Wildcats and the Georgetown Hoyas is sponsored by Bud Light, the light beer with a taste that's satisfying but never filling. And by Renault, introducing 550 Plus protection, the one to watch, Renault.
Frequently in this NCAA tournament, John Thompson and the Hoyas have blown teams out early in the second half. It is always a critical part of the game against this team. Triple team. Hoyas keep it.
There was Patrick Ewing caught in the lane with 3 men around him. There had to be somebody open.
Martin, short. Pinckney skies for the rebound.
That's a lucky break for Villanova. They weren't set in their defense, and Georgetown almost caught them napping. Eddie Pinckney starting to set outside now, drawing Patrick Ewing way out. That opens up a good drive for Dwayne McClain.
Jensen to the top.
Can't pick up your dribble like that if you're Jensen. And there, Eddie Pinckney waves to McClain, says, get the ball back outside again, and we're getting back to Villanova's pace of this game. This is not a delay game Villanova's playing. They're looking for an opening, just as Georgetown's playing solid defense here. Most teams would crack under this pressure.
Pinckney comes outside, ships it to Gary McClain.
Martin had an easy jump shot there. At Villanova zone's now starting to pack inside 10 feet.
Fouled after he took that pass, and that is the first foul on Dwayne McClain. And at the reminder that at the conclusion of our championship game tonight, Billy and I will select a Chevrolet Most Valuable Player for each team. Chevrolet, of course, donates a $1,000 scholarship to the General Scholarship Fund of both schools.
Brett, the jump shot's there for Jackson. He's just not looking to take it.
Ewing, short, Pinckney hanging with him. And that on Ewing is the second foul.
If we see that one, Brent, Eddie Pinckney, instead of trying to challenge Patrick Ewing on the shot, watch him. He'll use his body on Ewing so Ewing can't get position. Great defensive play by Eddie Pinckney. Now Georgetown starting to pick up three-quarter court.
Offensive foul on Jensen. Williams drew the charge that time.
Pretty good Hollywood act by Williams. You'll notice here Jensen makes his move. As soon as Williams felt the contact, he went down. Now you couldn't knock a man down standing up like that if you ran over him with a truck. Good Hollywood job.
Jensen just telling the referee he fell down. I didn't touch him that hard. Rodnack's off of Coach Thompson's bench.
This is a good move by John Thompson because he's put his perimeter team out there.
And right away, Martin hits from that perimeter. And here comes the pressure again. Presley to help out. Martin hounding him.
Nice job by Presley.
Presley's a good ball handler.
And there again is where Presley becomes valuable because he gives them somebody other than a guard to bring the ball up.
Foul on Wingate. That's his second.
Foul is charged, number 48.
The only guy that seems to be fired up and not quite calm is Raleigh Massimino. The other players on the Villanova team, anyway, seem to be very calm at this juncture in the game.
He gets fired up enough for everybody.
Dangerous pass. And here we come with a half-court zone trap now by Georgetown. Those lob passes will be dangerous.
Dwayne McClain ships it over to Presley, who came through.
Patrick Ewing. Now Presley made that super scoop shot in Saturday's game. Patrick picks up his third. We'll probably see Ralph Dalton. It's a great catch by McClain right here. Presley goes in. Patrick Ewing got him with the body.
Villanova shooting two, number 21, Harold Presley.
Here's Dalton into the game. He'll replace Ewing, who sits down at the 15:09 mark. And Ewing picks up those 3 fouls in 51 seconds of play. He went to the locker room at halftime without a single foul.
And here comes our experience on the foul line. Presley, he either hits them clean or throws up the bricks. On the year, only shooting 64% from the foul line.
Now what Massimino and Villanova have to be careful of is a letdown with Ewing over here on the bench. We saw Georgetown pick it up with Dalton on the floor against Georgia Tech, for example.
John Thompson has his shooting guards in the game. No room for Wingate.
Here's Dalton right away, and Dwayne McClain come from behind, fouled him. That's his second.
Now, Ralph Dalton is a senior, but he has another year of eligibility if he decides to stay at Georgetown. A fine student, and he can move on if he wants to. It'll be interesting to see what his decision is.
Massimino and Villanova are on a 13-4 run. And that has built the 6-point Wildcat lead. 14:57 to go here in the second half of this NCAA championship game between the defending champion Hoyas of Georgetown and the upstart Wildcats of Villanova, who entered this tournament seeded 8th in the Southeast region. They have upset Michigan, North Carolina. They eliminated Memphis State. And now they're trying to beat the defending titles.
And again, Dalton comes in to give excellent performance, hitting those 2 foul shots. Hard for McLean. He's going to receive a double team here. Nice job with the crossover dribble. McLean is so smart. You know, he's been in these Big East wars for 4 years. Dalton can't handle Pinckney outside. Pinckney will go by him.
Jensen traveled.
Wally Massimino upset with Jensen, saying, on what basis are you going to dribble the ball in that lane anyway? And he's going to talk to Jensen on the sideline.
Ewing returning with those 3 personals.
On the side.
Here is Wingate.
He took his spot and was patient enough to stay down in that corner of the zone. He would eventually get the jump shot. How the tempo picks up when Georgetown goes into those double teams on defense. It's hard to go ahead and pull the ball back out.
Ewing jumps out. He covers more floor space than any center of recent memory. Somewhat like Bill Russell, jumping out on everybody. Coming inside.
Basket's got to count.
Jackson fouled. Dwayne McLean put it down and came in for the hoop.
This basket's got to count. Yes, sir. There goes McLean. He's in the air. Excellent call by the official. You've got to establish defensive position early, and it didn't take place. That was some shot. McLean could do no wrong in his Final Four.
That time, they took advantage of Ewing being outside in that zone, and McLean put it down and went to the hole.
Exactly right, Brent. When Pinckney goes out, Patrick Ewing has to go out there with him because he's so quick and can handle the ball, and that opens up the baseline.
That's one of the new plays they worked hard on this morning in practice.
And McLean keeps up his incredible performance here in the Final Four. Hadn't missed a free throw yet.
Jackson. Long. Martin crashed into by Presley, and that is Presley's first.
There's a case of Presley just happened to be in the wrong place at the wrong time. Billy Martin crashing the boards here as Jackson threw up a brick. Came bounding off of there. Billy Martin comes over. Presley just happened to get there a little too late. Just the 4th team foul on Villanova, so not too bad a shake. And they stay in the same matchup zone.
Ewing with the jump hook.
What's happening is the ball is being knocked away from the basket by Georgetown. That allows them to set up their defense. The referee has to warn him there to leave that ball alone.
Villanova has kept up its incredible shooting. 4 of 4 here in the second half. They are 77%, and Jackson has just picked up his second. And that is the 6th team foul against Georgetown, 4 against Villanova. We're at the 12:58 mark here in the second half.
And Villanova, an excellent free throw shooting team. On the year, they made within 10 free throws of what their opponents shot all year. So they go to the foul line a lot. Gary McLean really understands where those trap defenses are coming, and he's very patient with the ball.
Jensen wanted it inside, and Broadnax simply took it away from him.
That's a bad judgment by Jensen.
Wingate and charging on Broadnax, and Gary McLean took a blow in the head area. Gary McLean is down.
There's no way he's going to be down long. You won't keep him out of this game. He'll be up. And there was a case where Broadnax just took it one dribble too far. He's up. He's not going anywhere. You couldn't take him out of the game. Here you see Broadnax, one dribble too many, then goes in the air. Good job by McLean, and you'll see him snap that head down there. He's all right. Now that manager should stay out of the way because Rollie Massimino doesn't want to have to take a timeout.
Meanwhile, the Hoyas have circled around John Thompson.
Now see, Rollie Massimino said, I don't want the timeout, and I'm not taking him out. You fellas stopped the game. My man was ready to play, and now Rollie's going to lose his case, and they're going to charge him with a timeout, I think. Now, Rollie doesn't want to use the timeout, so he'll quickly, great move on his part, he'll quickly get a replacement in for McLean so that he doesn't have to use the timeout. He wants to save him to the end of the game. He's not missing a trick.
That was not a player control foul, so Plansky has to come in here and shoot the free throws. It's a 1-and-1, and Plansky's coming off the bench right away to the free throw line. The reason he selected Plansky, of course, is that's his best shooter. If he wanted a ball handler, he would have gone to Wilbur.
Well, Wilbur's a 75% free throw shooter. Plansky just 57, but Plansky is a pure shooter from the outside. I think I might have gone with experience there. We'll see how it works out.
Martin gave it to Jackson. Quickly, Wingate lost it. Jackson runs it down. Pinckney blocks the ball out of bounds. He seals up that baseline very well.
What Georgetown is not recognizing is that baseline is not going to be open because, as you pointed out, Pinckney's just filling the lane. The jump shots are available for Jackson and Broadnax. They're just not putting them up right now.
You saw McLean, of course, re-enter the game, and Plansky is out. 10 remaining. Almost stolen by Villanova. Jensen couldn't hold on. Williams returns for the Hoyas. I don't think that ankle has been nearly 100% ever since he sprained it in the Loyola game.
Brent, we look back up at the score. We're almost halfway through the second half, and you can see the points on that board favor a Villanova-type game again. They can keep it in the 60s at the rate we're going, maybe the 50s.
Martin on the turnaround. Villanova leading by a point.
Nice move with that left hand by McLean. For young players, they ought to notice how he can handle the ball both with his right and left hand. So no matter what they throw at him defensively, he can handle it. Really a fine point guard. Jensen's the one player that doesn't have the experience and sometimes gets into trouble by picking up his dribble.
Pinckney far outside in the corner. So he brings Ewing out with him. Inside to Dwayne McLean. Ewing rejected it.
Ewing on the
Ewing on the lob. Missed, lost control. Presley rebound.
And again, good judgment by Presley not to force the fast break. Slow the game down.
The Hoyas were looking for the big play to put them ahead at that moment.
Clear out for Presley. Again, good judgment.
McLean wanted to get the ball to Pinckney. Hit by the Hoyas. Reggie Williams over there. So Villanova keeps possession.
You wonder if fatigue is going to be a problem, Brent. This game has been very fast-paced from a standpoint of emotional energy, even though there's not a lot of scoring.
There is no doubt that Williams' ankle is bothering him. They've just taken him out again now, and Broadnax has gone into the game for Coach Thompson.
Presley had McLean. He just couldn't get him the ball.
Wingate knocks the ball out of bounds. Villanova retains possession. Here is Williams going back over to the bench. The ankle was sprained against Loyola, and he has been limping somewhat ever since. Now the open man, Dwayne McClain comes up. Offensive foul there. Big swing. That would have been number 4 on Ewing.
This is a great pass across the lane. McClain goes up. They call a foul on McClain. That's called the rule of verticality. The defensive man has the right to the ground above his head, or the airspace above his head, I should say. Good call by the official.
Georgetown can take the lead this trip.
He hit a bank shot. I think he was trying to make that one clean. Jensen's got to learn to keep his dribble alive. Rollie Massimino now wants to use one of those timeouts.
Mercedes-Benz unleashes the diesel experience. The stunning 190 class diesel sedan. Pure fun. Pure Mercedes-Benz.
The essence of climbing. John Bacher.
You gotta know the rock. Every inch of it. But what gets you over is a feeling that says you're going all the way.
The essence of shaving.
This is the Gillette Good News Disposable Razor. Light, easy to handle, twin blades. But what Good News is really all about is a feeling. A feeling you only get from Gillette.
Good News and Good News Pivot from Gillette. The essence of shaving.
Friday, he should have been the best. He was a champion on the skids, and he could lose everything.
I don't want to go, Daddy.
Including his little girl. Gil Gerard, Lisa Blount, storming home.
Lexington, Kentucky. We're at the NCAA National Championship game. I'm Brent Musburger along with Billy Packer. 9:34 to go, each coach with 3 timeouts remaining.
Brent, Rollie Massimino could have waited for a TV timeout there, but he didn't because he knew that he can't afford to let Georgetown get a run. This game is getting down to the point now where you start thinking about those last 5 minutes. And if the scoring, see the foul trouble on Patrick, if the scoring stayed as it did now with 9:34 to go, we'd be talking about a 56-53 type game. Right down Villanova's alley. They've done a great job controlling the ball.
Presley gets it back to Gary McClain. The shot's there, on its way. Villanova regains the lead.
And McClain pounds that fist and looks over at his coach. Hard to take it away from seniors. They know this is the last time they'll play in a collegiate game, and they're putting it all together.
Wingate. Martin came up, and he was fouled underneath by Pinckney. That's his 3rd personal.
One of the few times tonight that Villanova has not gotten good block-out position on the weak side. And Billy Martin is an excellent weak side rebounder. Now, Rollie Massimino can think back of taking Eddie Pinckney out of that last 2 minutes of the first half. That's why he had him out of there. He didn't want his 3rd foul at that time.
For Georgetown, shooting 2, number 24, Bill Martin.
Billy Martin, a 64% free throw shooter. Came to Georgetown with Anthony Jones as 2 of the most highly recruited forwards in the country, both out of D.C. hard pressure. And McLean tells Jensen to get out of the way. He feels he can bring it up on Jackson one-on-one, and he needs a clear out there by his teammate.
Jensen.
Oh, he is just filling it up. That's one of those Raleigh Massimino probably said, no, 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 yes, yes, yes. Not letting Patrick Ewing touch the ball in low, so that means jump shots are available.
Wingate.
Anticipate that pass coming inside. One of the few times you'll see him out of position defensively. Jump shot.
Jackson. Villanova. Pinckney comes up with it.
Brent, one of the few times I've seen Patrick Ewing look like he's a little tired. He may have to come out here for the rest.
Broadnax fouling McLean. Thompson.
Foul is charged to number 32, Horace Broadnax. His second personal foul.
You don't see many double and triple rebounds go up on the board that Patrick Ewing doesn't have a piece of at least one, and on that last occasion he didn't get any of them. He's bending over now, and the sign of a big man that bends over, grabs his pants, is one that he's a little tired.
Williams returns, and Broadnax.
You notice Patrick Ewing down on the lane, Brent. That ball, and his teammates give it back to him.
Pinckney with a move inside. That foul on Wingate and not Ewing.
There's Eddie Pinckney, made our Pan Am team, all Big East, all conference player. Sensational fake on the inside, and even though Ewing gets help, he can't get there in time. That was a great maneuver inside. Foul's going to be called on Wingate.
Shooting two.
That's surprising, and again, I'd like to point out, I think Patrick's a little tired. That's twice in a row, Brent, that Eddie Pinckney was able to get good position, and that doesn't happen to Ewing often. Starting to take this game very seriously. He said they get serious when the mallet goes down. Well, this mallet has been down since the tap. Oh, that's a walk by Jackson. Got by with it.
Wingate. Presley rebounds.
Brent, do you sense that Georgetown's starting to tighten up a little bit on that jump shot? stay with the man-to-man, and that field goal shooting percentage is unbelievable by Villanova.
Pinkney gets inside.
He walked and got away with it anyway. John Thompson's got to go timeout here, and he's going to call one. He's got to.
Now that I know that the cost of tuition isn't going to sideline my college plans, I can really enjoy my last year of high school.
Introducing the new GI Bill and the new Army College Fund. If you qualify, you can sign up now, join in July, and earn over $25,000 for college while you serve America.
Be all that you can be.
Find out more about the new GI Bill and the new Army College Fund from your Army recruiter.
Find your future in the Army.
Only $59.99 for this Nissan truck, and you're telling me no other leading standard compact has more horsepower?
$59.99.
More standard payload, too.
$59.99.
Double walls, 5-speed.
$59.99. Same sticker price as last year.
More truck for no more money.
That's what I've been trying to tell you.
Save big with 8.8% financing on any new Nissan truck for a limited time at your Datsun dealer. Hurry.
56 seconds remaining, and Villanova leading the defending national champion. How about the time of possession?
Well, this has been the key of the game. You can remember in the first half when the game was swinging Georgetown's way, actually they had the ball in their possession more than Villanova. But in this half, you can see Villanova doubling the time of possession. They're controlling the ball. It's their pace of the game. And for Georgetown now, they have to start looking at that clock a little bit, realizing they're behind, and that's when that jump shot is hard to get out of your hand. That rest ought to help Patrick Ewing. He'll be much more active on the boards. Raleigh Massimino using every second of that timeout. His players have been out there. Let's see, Brent. Jensen is a sub, but Pinkney has not been out of the game. Dwayne McClain has not been out of the game, and Presley has not been out of the game. And Gary McClain was only out for a second or two, so he's got 4 fellas that have gone all the distance.
And again, Williams sitting down, and I suspect it is that ankle that has been bothering him considerably here tonight. Rodnack's on the floor for the Hoyas as possession moves it to Jackson.
They're wanting to go inside, but the jump shot's what they got to take. There it is. Sensational. That shows you some guts when a man will take that shot when it's available, even under this tight situation. They're waiting for Gary McClain to come back and take this ball away.
They get it to Jensen. They go to the trap in the corner. He's got to come free. And they've lost it. It goes to the Hoyas, and now they can pull to within 1.
Brent, the big problem there was Gary McClain didn't come back for the ball, and you notice when he doesn't handle it, Villanova really has problems in that trap.
Rodnack's coming inside. Gary McClain, he was fouled by McClain, and that's number 2.
And going to call it a 2-shot foul. Raleigh Massimino did not like it, but that was a good call. Referees have worked an outstanding game today.
22, Gary McClain. His second foul, team second.
I want to point out, too, Brent, for fans that don't realize this, but 96 referees started this tournament, and they worked their way game by game based on merit to get here. So a great accomplishment for them.
It's a 1-point Villanova lead. 5:09 to play in regulation. These two teams have been overtime once this year.
5 seconds. You must get the ball inbounds in 5 seconds, and that's not when it leaves your hand as the passer. That's when it touches another player inbounds. Jensen upset, and the senior leadership calming him down a little bit.
Georgetown trying to take the lead.
Billy Martin getting in Ewing's way.
Wingate. And the Hoyas lead.
They better get the ball to Gary McLean again. Georgetown pulls their defense back in a little tighter now. Trying to go to Pinckney in there on Ewing. Straight man-to-man by Georgetown.
They get it inside to Pinckney. Comes up on Ewing. Lost control.
Raleigh got exactly what he wanted. He better calm down. He cannot afford a technical foul here. You cannot give up a technical foul here. He's looking for a little help on the sidelines. You better be careful. And Georgetown's going into the delay game. 4 corners by Georgetown. A lot of time to play in this game. And I think if I were Raleigh Massimino, I'd pull back and take a little rest. Don't go out and chase him this early, and that's what he's going to do.
They lose it. Bounced off Brodnack's foot, right to Dwayne McClain. And now Villanova trying to regain the lead.
Raleigh wants a timeout. He wants to set strategy. Excellent move by Raleigh Massimino.
Give me a light. Bud Light.
If you just ask for a light beer, you never know what you'll get.
Give me a light. A Bud Light.
So if you want the less filling light beer with the first name and taste, don't just ask for a light beer.
Oh, can I have a light?
Ask them to bring out their best.
Bud Light.
Bud Light. Because everything else is just a light.
There's no time like now to own the 1985 front-wheel drive Cadillac, Fleetwood, or DeVille. With the things people expect from a Cadillac. Things like the peace of mind that comes with a 4-year, 50,000-mile limited warranty. People expect an extra measure of concern for safety from Cadillac, and again, Cadillac delivers. And your Cadillac dealer can deliver a new Fleetwood or DeVille right now. Remember to ask about easy GMAC financing or leasing.
3 minutes and 25 seconds remaining in regulation of this NCAA championship game. Georgetown leading by a point right now. That's the timeouts remaining. Thompson and Massimino each with 2. As for that possession arrow in case of a jump ball right now, well, it is pointing in the direction of Villanova, even though that official is blocking it. As for the foul trouble, McClain and Pinckney with 3 for Villanova. Ewing and Wingate with 3. There's a clean shot. Pointing right. Raleigh Massimino, who has done another splendid job of bench coaching here tonight in this championship game, coming in as a heavy underdog.
And for those millions of fans that are watching their one basketball game of the year, that possession arrow means if there's a jump ball situation, the ball goes over to the team that it's pointing towards their goal, and that would be Villanova. Georgetown goes back in his zone. I think this favors Villanova again because they'd like some more time to go off that clock without pressure. I think Raleigh Massimino likes it too. He'll take another minute and a half off the clock, looking for a good shot.
Having to help out inside. Jensen puts Villanova ahead at the 2:35 mark.
Ice water in his veins. They gave him the shot and he took it. I think back in that North Carolina game when Jensen came in and really turned the ball game around. Being behind, Villanova can't go Georgetown can't go four corners.
Wingate has lost it, and Pinckney is fouled. And that is 4 on Wingate.
David Wingate's been getting by going to baseline. What he really wants to do when he drives in there is pass that ball off to Patrick Ewing. But the Villanova defense is all shifting down in there, putting 4 men in the lane, and there's no place to go.
For Villanova, number 54, Ed Pinckney, shooting 1-1.
Here's Pinckney with the 1-1.
Eddie's been standing on that foul line a long time. He ought to move off of that to get himself a little more relaxed.
For Reggie Williams, replacing number 32,
72%.
Williams will try it again on that tender ankle. And Broadnex will sit down.
By Eddie Pinckney. Now Raleigh Massimino wants that defense to pack inside that blue painted area. Don't give up any layups. Make them beat you from the outside. Five men in the blue paint.
Wingate. Jensen.
Raleigh Massimino's going to spread it out now and try to hold the ball for the remaining minute and 42 seconds. Georgetown's going to have to chase and trap. 4 corners now.
Jensen is fouled by Jackson. Will shoot 1-1. This would be one of the greatest upsets in the history of championship games of the NCAA tournament. Broadnex and a quick timeout after the field goal. While Jensen was shooting, Reggie Williams again had to leave the game because of that injured ankle.
Give me a light. Bud Light. If you just ask for a light beer, you never know what you'll get.
Bud Light!
So if you want the less filling light beer with the first name and taste, don't just ask for a light beer.
Give me a light.
Ask them to bring out their best. Bud Light. Because everything else is just a light.
I've driven a lot of cars priced under $8,500 that didn't show me very much.
This Mazda 626 shows me a lot. Smooth, uncluttered aerodynamics, 6-way seats, nice, clean layout, crisp 5-speed, good performance characteristics. Lots of fun for the money, I'd say.
At $84.95, it's one road car that'll show you what road car value's all about. Mazda 626.
Villanova ahead by 3 with a minute 15 left in regulation. And whom do you foul down the stretch of this game?
Well, we've said that Villanova is an excellent free throw shooting team, and you'll notice that Presley at 64%, and the man that's been very uncertain from the foul line, a guy that sometimes swishes but sometimes throws air balls.
As for Georgetown,
well, in the case of Georgetown, if they have an Achilles heel, it is free throw shooting. There you see Jackson the best on there. So they've got a lot of fellas you can attack, percentage-wise.
This is the last college game for Patrick Ewing at Georgetown. The end of an era. 3 times in 4 years, he has brought him to the title game. And for Ed Pinckney, his last game, they've dueled each other for 4 years.
Nobody guarding the man taking the ball out of bounds. Now what happened? Broadneck's tried to pull Presley down, which he did. Jensen gets fouled. Now Presley's hurt. What happened is Broadneck's pulled him to the ground trying to draw a charge. Presley went down very hard. It's a trick a lot of people try to use. They don't guard the man taking the ball out of bounds and try to draw the charge. We'll see it right here. Now watch it. You'll see Broadneck's pull him to the ground. It should have been a foul on Broadneck's. Really a dirty play, just a plain dirty play. I mean, it's one thing to play hard, that's a dirty play.
He took a knee in the groin area, and that's why he was shaken up. He comes back now down to the free throw line. Jensen, who has come off the bench. He's 5 of 5 from the field in this game, and he's perfect from the free throw line. He's 3 of 3.
Nothing but net.
Now 1:10 remaining.
A little uncertainty by Georgetown.
Ewing. McClain rebounding. Inside of a minute, drew the foul. And Villanova with a chance to stage one of the greatest upsets in the history of the NCAA championship finals.
They're starting to celebrate a little bit, and if I was the Villanova players, considering their competition, they better get down there and stay all serious. Eddie Pinckney doing a little slap and 5. There's a lot to play yet.
Georgetown quickly. Wingate loses it. The Hoyas have turned it over. And right away, Georgetown commits the foul.
It's going to be Jensen back on that foul line, Brendan. You talk about a bench player. They are ecstatic. That's Raleigh's son right there shaking hands with everybody. He can't believe it either. How tough it is to repeat, huh?
Harold Jensen, coming to the free throw line, is a sophomore out of Trumbull, Connecticut. He was somewhat of a disappointment as a freshman for Coach Massimino. Even earlier this year, he wasn't certain how much play he'd get out of it. But here in the NCAA tournament, he has suddenly become a shooting hero. That's his first miss, and it was a big one, 61-56, but the Hoyas will have to hurry. Reggie Williams is back. Ewing rams it in.
Georgetown wants another timeout, and they get it. Big misses on that free throw line. That's 2 straight 1-and-1s.
That was Georgetown's last timeout. Raleigh Massimino has 2 left against John Thompson.
John trying to say who called the timeout. The man that called the timeout was Broadnax. He doesn't want the timeout, but it was called legitimately. Those free throws have kept Villanova on the mark all game. They started celebrating with a 5-point lead, and on the line, they've now missed the front end of 2 straight 1-and-1s. Those are nails on the coffin if you can put them in there.
So that timeout call by Broadnax is costly. Session arrow still pointing towards Villanova if there's a jump ball. And a man has to be absolutely overjoyed is there behind Pannone, the longtime trainer, Jack Nevitt, been confined to a wheelchair, suffering from Lou Gehrig's disease.
There's a movement underway to name their new field house at Villanova after Jake.
And at the other end on the Georgetown bench, that's Mary Penland, the academic advisor, the first person John Thompson ever hired. One of the great things about this game that I want to mention with 41 seconds to go, we have two schools with high-class programs right here. John Thompson has graduated 44 of 46 men who've reached the senior class. Raleigh Massimino, he is 38 of 38. These two schools did not cheat to get here tonight. They did it through hard work. I'm Brent Musburger along with Billy Packer. We're in the Rupp Arena in Lexington, Kentucky. There's 41 seconds to go. Georgetown trying to win its second straight national championship. Villanova trying to deny them. Ewing's fourth personal foul.
Brent, again, only 2 seconds went off the clock, so 39 seconds with the fouling that you can do can really stall this game the rest of the way. Now, that's been one of the big things talked about here at the National Convention. What type of penalty to put into the game of basketball to prevent this from taking place? A lot of people are advocating that the team that's fouled ought to have the right to take the ball out of bounds so that the foul no longer can be done to stop the game.
Villanova, number 33, Wayne McClain, shooting 1 point.
As we said at the top of the show, the clock will come in next year. I think that's a rule that needs to come in. It. Georgetown really needs 3 possessions to get back in the lead or tie. Right now, 62-58, 2 possessions, you get 2 points. Each time down, you tie. He makes this one, then they need that 3rd possession. Not a lot of time for 3 possessions.
And if he makes it, they can start the theme from Rocky in Philadelphia. Williams, Wingate.
Jensen almost got the ball, but even better yet, he went and knocked it out of bounds so Georgetown couldn't keep it going. Got to waste some time now just to go ahead and get her in.
Jensen. Wingate comes back, regains possession for the Hoyas. He drives inside for the layup.
No timeouts left. A hold on Williams. They called Williams for holding McClain. That was a big foul there because 5 seconds were just about ready to be called. Now, as everybody realizes, Georgetown has no timeouts left, so if they score, they have no ability to stop this clock except by fouling.
McClain is 5 of 6 from the free throw line in this game. He was 5 of 7 from the field.
Well, you like to have seniors on the foul line at the end of the game. I think back of that NC State team, Brent. 3 seniors with a lot of experience carried them in that big upset over Houston.
Jackson.
Now, Brent, Villanova, if they're smart, they cannot lose this game. For the simple reason that they can hold the ball out of bounds after the next 2 scores by Georgetown if they get down there, and there's no way Georgetown can stop the clock. They just have to get it in bounds. There's a hold. Yep, 2 shots.
Rodnax with the intentional foul, and it is picked up that time. It was not earlier. Now Rollie Massimino will use one of his remaining 2 timeouts to talk about how to handle the clock, how to handle the free throw situation here in the Rupp Arena.
And the man that they fouled intentionally, and it's about the only thing Georgetown can do, because as I pointed out, with 10 seconds on the clock, Villanova could just let the ball hang out of bounds the next 2 times they touch it. This game would be over. Now he takes that timeout. Presley will be on the foul line. Situation is Rollie Massimino. You want your fellas to calm down and understand exactly the situation. Number 1, do not commit any fouls. Allow Georgetown, if they have to go all the way to the basket, but do not foul them, giving up a 3-point play or stop the clock. And if you're Presley, again, he's been feast or famine on the foul line. Georgetown fouled the right man. And you'll get 2 shots, which is always a lot easier to shoot than having to hit that front end of the 1-and-1.
Presley shooting 2.
The other thing I'm kind of surprised with Rollie Massimino that he doesn't go ahead and put a man bringing the ball up the court to make it a little more difficult to get the ball in bounds.
Jackson, and there are just 5 seconds left.
Over.
There will be no dynasty. Villanova has done it.
Now what happened? Georgetown did the only thing they could do. They knocked the ball out, and the referee had to stop the clock. Well, a nice little trick by Georgetown. Well, Brent, they could go ahead and try that. The referee had warned them once. They knocked it out, so the referee has to go do it, go chase the ball down, and when he did, he stopped the clock.
Now, direct from the future comes the Canon T70. The T70, sleeker to hold, simpler to handle. Controls are now touch button. Data now crystal clearly displayed. Film advance now built in. The Canon T70. Now you can capture computer-perfect pictures with the touch of a button. The Canon T70. Touch the future now.
Moved to the brink of capturing this championship by blazing away at 79% from the floor. That, an NCAA tournament record.
What's incredible about that, Brent, they did it against a team that was holding opponents for the year and the NCAA tournament under 40%. Now, the key thing here for Villanova, 1, they must get the ball inbounds within 5 seconds. That means it must touch a player from either team within 5 seconds. I think they've got to throw the ball up at least towards the half-court area. They cannot afford to throw that ball in under their own basket, because with 2 seconds to go, Georgetown can get a piece of it and put it back up. Let's see if Rollie Massimino tries to get the ball up court. And in a jump ball situation, the ball would go to Villanova.